Welcome back, everyone.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're still on the I forgot you're still on the
Hey,
anti-credit
Milby.
YouTube.
Hey, Milby. How's the ship now?
Oh, you know what this ship needs?
Oh my god, there's a seat on it.
It needs some
An
gyroscopes.
episode?
I'm like, why you no turn?
Can you not turn it all?
No.
That's fantastic.
Could small conveyors do bullets? I can't remember.
Still plate to gyroscope. I don't know, Moby. I don't think so. But well, hold on.
Nobody really knows.
That was on the tiny or on the big guns. So I think it's different on tiny
I
ships.
feel like they can. I feel like they can. Oh god.
I'm just gonna guess what goes into a gyroscope. See how close I got.
Interesting technique.
Well, I don't really have a good way of knowing. That did pretty good. Computers and large steel tubes. Oh, ions! Don't burn my dick off.
Where's the ore detector at?
Oh yeah, I didn't put one of those on. I guess you'd already detected the ore I cared most about, but yeah, we should definitely put one of those on after we get that platinum. That's a good idea. Are there large steel tubes? Yeah, there are. Computers. Okay.
Gotta have more faith, chat. I knew that my oxygen was running low. I was waiting for the perfect moment to
Okay.
change it. Right when it was right on the precipice of destruction.
Okay. Why does it slow down? There's no dampening on. That's weird.
Wind.
Yeah, this is called space wind.
There's a lot of space wind around here. We parked in a very windy zone.
I'm like a tiny flashlight.
I was about to say, I love these two lights coming out of your fucking heads.
My heads? Oh no.
Oh my god, have either of you seen the Cloverfield Paradox?
I enjoyed it.
Fucking awful.
Really? You didn't like it?
Like, fuck, that was like watching two films they stitched together. What the fuck was that, man?
I enjoyed it.
Do you know they decided that was a Cloverfield film halfway through filming it?
Really?
Didn't you notice how all the Cloverfield shit was like completely separate to the space stuff?
That's fine.
Was it?
Yeah. They tied it. The way they tried to tie it in was by basically a television, like a news show they did at the very beginning. The film is essentially two films. One is a film about these people who, I'm going to spoil the film for people who haven't watched it because it's a fucking bad film, so don't worry.
I enjoyed it.
Whoa,
One
whoa.
is
That's your opinion.
one is a film. One is, yeah, well, they can shush their ears. It's a bad film. No, it's just a bad film. It's a bad film. I won't even hear other opinions on it. It's a bad film.
I've noticed it's
Ow.
very polarizing because I mean, like, I didn't love it, but I didn't think it was horrid.
To me, it felt like a
It was-
Netflix.
it was-
It just was
I mean,
what it was.
It felt like a
It felt-
Netflix
it
show.
felt like
Like
a
it was
bargain.
definitely Netflix production.
It felt like a bargain bin fucking
God, no, I don't agree with you at all on that.
Event Horizon. It felt like a shitty version of Event Horizon. You got a person losing their arm, the weirdest, funniest, jokey thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so weird. I never seen someone play off losing their arms so casually in my life. Confused the shit out of me. And so the space story is them. They fire this thing because they want to make infinite energy or whatever, and they end up going to an alternate universe, and they got to get back. The other film is a guy on Earth who's the dude's husband is like experiencing what's happening when a Cloverfield monster or whatever appears. I don't understand the timing of that because the Cloverfield film was based in our time, and that film is apparently based in the future, but whatever. And the two films are totally separate. The only way they tie them in together is by a new thing at the start, and at the very end of the film, when the thing goes "Rawr" at the end. It was bad. It was, oh my god.
When you say two films are completely separate, what are you talking about?
Like I'm saying, like the Cloverfield part of that film, them tying it into the Cloverfield film was like stitched on after the film was done,
Yeah.
and it shows, and it's really off-putting for me. I find it really gross. It makes and also I think the rest of it was just like a bad Event Horizon. Did not like that film. Gross.
I didn't have super strong feelings about it myself.
I don't know. I didn't think I would, but after watching it, I was like, God, this is fucking awful.
Like,
Should have just made it not a Cloverfield film, and that would have made it slightly better.
all of Cloverfield for me has been this sort of struggle with, I feel like I like aspects of stuff, and there's always something, every single one of them that people like complain about a lot. Like with the first one, so I like the first one a lot. I know it's not liked generally.
I like Cloverfield, yeah.
Well, mainly people don't like it because the whole thing is shaky cam.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I get why people wouldn't like that. I kind of like it. It's like it's like a first-person cam Godzilla film, essentially. You know?
Well,
like,
it's like, to me, the reason that film is good is that it actually is very well done, and it actually like captures an authentic feeling of what it would be like to be on the ground when something like that is happening.
Yeah, other than the fact that because it wasn't 18, he couldn't say fuck, so he just said Jesus Christ more times than I think anyone's ever said Jesus Christ in their life.
That's who cares.
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
care.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Wait, you can't say
"That's
fuck?
Jesus Christ a
What?
lot." He couldn't say fuck because of the age rating they wanted it to be.
Oh, the age
say
rating they
fuck.
wanted it to be. I see.
Jesus
I thought it
Christ
was,
a
I was
lot.
like, I
And
can
was
say
like,
fuck
man,
all
this
the time when they're not 18.
Guy says Jesus. This guy says Jesus Christ so many times.
And then with Cloverfield Lane, the hang up that people had was they didn't like the ending.
Well,
I love
thought the
that
ending
movie.
Was, I thought the
It's-
ending
it-
again
like,
felt like
that's
they
a good movie. I didn't.
I feel like that was
though.
another film that they just randomly decided at the
what
end
made
this is going to be a
you feel
Cloverfield.
like that? Just the
'Cause
fact
it
that it's
was
different
really
from the rest of the film?
bizarre. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it felt really weird. I felt like I started watching another film when that ending part came on.
It's jarringly different, yes. But I felt like it wasn't. So here's the weird thing to me. And I think maybe a lot of that comes from people who didn't watch or didn't like the first movie. Because in Cloverfield Lane, I felt this anticipation of like what's going on outside the whole time. Like I was what was happening inside was awesome. Don't get me wrong. Like if the movie just ended without the ending that it has, it would have been just a great movie. What I liked about the ending is that if you cared about the previous movie, it is very interesting wondering like what's it like outside, what's happening. And it's a question throughout the whole movie too. The question is like, is he just crazy and there's nothing outside,
Right.
or is there really something outside? So when you get to the end, you kind of want her to go outside and you want to know, like, is it all just bullshit and everything's fine, or is there something out there?
I get that. I do like that. I just felt like, and I'm pretty sure the Cloverfield aspect of that was tied onto a film that was not supposed to be a Cloverfield film.
Well, that is known to be true for the Cloverfield paradox. Is that it was
I got that
later
feeling
that they
from
added that stuff on.
I got the yeah, and it shows terribly. But like I got that feeling from 10 Cloverfield Lane as well. Like I felt like the whole time it was going to just be the guy was crazy, basically.
Well,
And it was a good twist.
I don't think that it's. I don't think there's as much justification for that one as people think. I think people take that and run with it just because the ending jars you away from what was in there. But what I like about it is that no other film does that. Like, just like the first one, they both kind of did things that nobody'd ever really done before, which is nice. I'm tired of seeing the same fucking thing all the time where your expectations are met. You can predict everything that happens in movies these days. And I liked that about Cloverfield Lane. You didn't know what was going to happen, and it was a surprise.
Planets are rotating. Sorry, I just realized the Earth is actually moving. Kind of threw me off there. No, I agree with it. I would agree with that. It didn't ruin the film for me at all. It was jarring, but it didn't ruin the film. But it did ruin Paradox.
Well, Paradox was certainly not on the level of the first two as a film generally, regardless of whether it was in the universe or not. And I'm more with you there in that it does feel less
Every
connected.
scene on Earth feels like it was from a different film. There's like, it's so weird.
Well, I felt like they did the work to connect it. Like I don't
the
feel
only
like
work
it's
they did was that news thing at the start where the guy's like, oh, if they do
no,
it.
I mean they
they'll
start
come
with
from another
the husband and wife characters at the beginning, and then they diverge from there. It's not like there was no connection.
No,
at
it's
all.
not that. It's not him. It's not about him. It's about the whole. It's just the whole Cloverfield monster thing. Just feels really tacked on and weird.
Well, here's
If I
here's
didn't
my
know
thing.
that,
Is
I feel like if I didn't know that, it would feel weird still because the two just felt.
Sure. Well, it's in the execution where it falls down, and the story is kind of all over the place. That part I didn't like. So like, I like the general concept. If you take away the details, I like the idea of it being an explanation for why it occurred. You know what I'm saying? Like that there was an experiment and something went wrong, and so these monsters are pouring out of a nearby dimension. I mean, there's lots of stuff we like that is basically that story. That's like Doom or Half-Life. Basically have that exact same
I was
story.
really
both of them.
confused by the time though. Like,
Well, no, that's where I agree with you there. Like the execution and the details of the story they don't really make sense because yeah, the first movie was like present day. This takes place in the future. Other things that are wrong or weird is like they don't explain how or why the gyro ends up in the guy.
yeah,
They don't explain
the worms.
why or how the arm knows this. Like, there's a lot of stupid stuff that's just outright objectively dumb and doesn't fit with
I
the
was
rest of the
confused by it
series.
all. When he was getting sucked around by the thing, I was like, is this serious or is this laughy? I don't know how I'm
Yeah,
supposed
like-
to feel. This one, this is really weird.
So I thought
It-
that the
it
arm
presented
made sense
itself-
because it was It was like that wasn't his arm. That was his arm from the other dimension, and so it knew more. Maybe possibly was even
If
still
you
attached to
have-
the other dimension.
Did you think the way they? Did you think
If
the
you
way
have
they took it
absolutely no
was
rules.
Really weird.
Like, how would the man attached to the arm have any idea what's happening? How would he know?
Yeah, no, I guess
the
I thought
right
that the arm was
thing?
had independent thought. I guess you know what I mean, but it was still attached in the other
Okay,
dimension.
well, see that I couldn't make that leap.
Yeah,
That's
that whole
just
thing,
it.
that whole moment, I sat there with the look on my face, like, what? What? Am I supposed to understand this?
See, that is a fundamental difference. The first film, what I liked about it is that it tried to make a realistic giant monster experience, like what it would really potentially be like if something like this occurred, what it would look like, you know,
Yeah, no, I think they did
people
that
on the
pretty
ground.
well.
And it works because they make it believable. They make it seem like something that's actually happening in our universe. And they could have done that with this Cloverfield Paradox as well. It's okay to take extreme ideas. What makes it fall down, though, is if you do things that are too absurd and you don't give a seemingly logical explanation for why it should make some sense at all. Like, I think people will go along for certain, like, you know, okay, Dimensions got switcherooed or something
Oh
like
no,
that.
I'll suspend disbelief and shit for like stuff like that. But like, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was just the way they did it in this. It threw me off so bad. That
They didn't have a graceful handling of these ideas.
I just
Like, they took
blindly
a bunch of-
accepted it all for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because I watched so much Black Mirror lately, and it was just like, all right, well, this is like,
your mind has been warped. You're like, oh, okay.
Well, you see,
this is
that's
normal.
well, Black Mirror though. They do what we're talking about.
yeah, I guess they do
carefully-
sometimes. Most of the time,
they have
explain
cool
things,
ideas,
but sometimes they'll just kind of
Yeah.
throw some shit at you that really doesn't make sense, and you just kind of, I don't know.
like what?
I'm more willing to forgive it because of the way they do it in Black Mirror. I think.
I
I
can't
don't think they
think
do
of
that
anything.
much in Black Mirror. I think in Black Mirror I mean there are things that are like, could that really be possible? But they're based off of they seem well thought out. They seem to be based off of things that could really be where technology could go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just fantastical absurdity without any grounding. I feel.
No, I get that. Yeah, most of the stuff there, I'm like, fuck, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Being there.
Yeah, like the stuff that gets into what's the most extreme, like, is this even possible stuff they even do? I guess like being able to like see memories. But
Oh, yeah.
that doesn't seem that far off, really. I mean, like I just saw an article the other day about how I guess an implant has been tested that's shown to enhance memory capabilities in people who have Alzheimer's and stuff like that. Now that's probably still like, you know, who knows the actual efficacy of that kind of thing or whatever, but it seems like they think through their cool ideas and they don't just dump them on you without thinking through all that stuff and making it seem plausible.
I guess the moment they went through the other dimension, I thought anything's possible. I accepted it at all. Like the moment there's someone just in a wall, it doesn't make any sense. Why are they in a
It
wall?
wasn't. Like I said, like that bit, that whole space thing. It wasn't that. It was weird, but that wasn't the thing that bothered me most. It was.
Well, no,
it was the whole weird Cloverfield thing that threw me off the most.
The someone in the wall thing, I actually didn't have a problem with that because that's getting splinched. I think that actually I wouldn't say plausible, but that seems like if you were trying to make a scientific fantasy universe and you're dealing with things like teleportation, that's an interesting thing to consider, right? That's like a scary and interesting idea. Is like, well, what if you get teleported where something already is? What happens then? That's an interesting question, and it's fun to see in movies. But the thing with his arm in the wall, that's just like, that's magic. There's no like sort of plausible science explanation for why that would be happening.
I guess in my mind,
you
like
know.
they were still not like completely synced once they kind of went through. So like I felt like they weren't fully there, so to speak. I don't know. That's how I kind of explained it in my own
I
mind.
was
It's
gonna
just, it's
review-
harder. It's just harder to accept, I guess, because it's so absurd.
If I was gonna review it, I'd just say go watch Event Horizon. It's like a better version of it.
Well, and Event Horizon doesn't pussyfoot around what it is that's happening, because that's
No.
more that's like fantasy sci-fi, right?
That film is
And they
absurd.
embrace that. It's a great film.
It's absurd. I absolutely love it. It's just fucking bonkers. The ship's gone to hell, and Tommy
Yeah.
Lee Jones is fucking crazy.
Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones.
Wait, wrong one.
Very wrong one.
I always do that. I do that every fucking time. I get the two names.
It's Alan
confused.
from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I always
I
do
forget
that.
his name right now.
In my head, his name is Tommy Lee Jones, but it's not that at all.
It's quite far from that.
And I know they're two very different people. What is his
You know,
actual name?
I
gotta
would
check that.
confuse him. I don't remember either of their names right now. and
Well, it's
pissing
not
me
like
off.
the people I confuse. It's just the name. Like, I'm convinced that guy's name is Tommy. Like if I met him, I'd say like, "Hey, Tommy," and he'd be like, "Oh, fucking Tommy."
Sam McNeil.
No, you're
Sam
Tommy.
McNeil.
You're Tommy McNeil.
Who's the guy from Aliens that recently died? Game Over Man. What's his fucking name? For some
Bill?
reason,
Family are trying to
Bill.
sue
His name is
him.
Bill.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Bill
Yeah,
Paxton.
that's it.
Bill Paxton. For some reason, I don't know if there's something like kind of loosely visually similar, like maybe like their silhouette or something, but for some reason I confuse Sam McNeil and Bill Paxton a lot. I don't know why.
I do that with the guy that played Ghost and the guy that died.
Oh, Patrick Swayze. Patrick
Patrick
Swayze
Swayze.
did die.
Patrick Swayze and the other
Did
one.
he?
Kurt Russell. Patrick Swayze and Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Kurt Russell's very much alive.
I think they look. I can sometimes I think one's dead and the other's not, and then I just confuse the two for each other, and I'm like, I don't know which one.
Yeah, didn't Patrick Swayze
Patrick
get
Swayze's dead,
cancer
Kurt
and
Russell's-
die?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then,
You think
Kurt
he's out
Russell's
there
alive, but then
crafting some clay
was
somewhere?
convinced. I was convinced that Kurt Russell was dead, but then I was just because I thought they looked similar in my head. I don't think they do, but
Those
like
two, now it's real. No, I don't think they do at all, but to each their own.
I don't know why I think they look so similar.
What were you saying about what Bill Paxton's family was suing somebody?
Yeah, apparently they're suing something about over his death, like because they did like an operation, he died, and they think the doc was messed up or something.
He was pretty young.
That one came out of nowhere. Actually, was that in 2017, the year of everyone died?
I think so, yeah. I think that just happened. No, well, not just happened, but it was fairly recent. I think it was within the last year.
2017.
I like the particles they've added when you mine. You seeing these go?
Yeah. Yeah, they look good.
You mean mining
Although
this whole
they
time?
fade away so quickly, it kind of ruins the space effect. You kind of want to see the particles just keep going forever.
That's true.
But then
Yes,
the game
movie.
that would contribute to the game running like shit. So let's
Right.
not do that. Heart surgery. Oh, I guess he wasn't that young. I thought he was like in his 50s, but he was 61. That's still pretty young to die.
You're always too young to die, man.
Heart surgery. Complications.
Yeah, I'll say he fucking died.
Who was this laughing man in the distance? Oh, it's Dad.
No, I was just like, hey, isn't this guy? They're like, whoa, that's a good one.
Was that
All
Dad?
right, then.
Was that Yuko?
Did you just say that? Is that? Did you
That was
say is
me.
that
It
baby?
was me.
So
I
is
was
that
laughing.
Dad be?
I said I had
Oh, I
stopped
thought
to
you
tie
said-
my shoe.
I thought you went. Is that baby? like, is that baby right there? Oh shit, is that baby? Yeah, man, that's baby. Yo, baby. From Two Men and a Baby, or any other film with a baby in it. Look Who's Talking Now. Baby on Board. I don't know if that's a film. Raised in Arizona. That's all I can think
Baby
of.
Driver.
Baby Driver. That's not got a baby in it though. I think it would though.
His name's Baby.
Oh, baby.
Is that the one that's set to like all of it set to a soundtrack?
I have no idea. I haven't watched it. I'm not much of a driver kind
Neither
of
have I.
movie guy. Like I don't get Fast or Furious.
Have you seen Baby Driver, Co?
I have not, but I don't believe it's a Fast and Furious kind of movie.
No, it's not.
But it's a driving movie.
I'm sure it's like.
It's a movie about driving.
I think it's like a driving movie in the way that like that other one that's called Driver. With
I think it's more of a drama.
yeah.
it?
I don't think it's like a driving movie. I'm sure it was like I'm sure that whole film is set to like a sound like when you watch it and you realize the whole film is like in time with like the music or something like that. Someone told me about that. Yeah, it's more like the fucking that film Driver, which I can't remember the name. Who was in it? The guy, handsome boy, wonderful.
Jason Statham.
No. Right. He was
Jake-
called Driver.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
He's in so many fucking one-word title movies. It's like he's trying to get all the ones that haven't been used yet. Like I heard a promo for I think it was on BBC.
Gosling. Sorry. Ryan
Uh,
Gosling.
for a movie he's in. It was just called Spy.
Spy.
How are these names not used? Why is every movie he's in just a one-word title? All of them, every single one. Transporter, Crank, Spy. He's going to be in movies called like Gun.
Gun. I want to watch Gun.
Is that where Jason Statham becomes a gun? And then he has to fire his way out of all the different situations.
Yeah.
God, that I'm surprised there's not a
become a
movie
gun.
named Gun. God, this summer, Gun.
Oh, just because I said it doesn't mean there isn't.
It's me, Jason Statham, and I'll become a gun. Well, I'm gonna shoot you on my way out. That's not how he sounds, but in my head, that's it. Yes.
He kind of feels like a UK version of Steven Seagal, but
Seagal?
less shitty.
Oh, way less shitty.
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Yeah, well, I mean, he's less shitty because he immediately just he's not like sucking off Vladimir Putin every day. And going on, he was on. It was the weirdest moment was when I've been talking about him, and then he was suddenly on my TV defending Vladimir Putin, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
Steven Seagal defends
Richie,
Putin.
Steven Seagal was on the BBC News defending Vladimir Putin because he like fucking loves him, and he's trying to, he's been asking for like a visa to live there for years. Apparently.
Really?
Well, we've known that Steven Seagal is a kook for a long time. Like he was here in Arizona for a long time on Joe Arpaio's Round Up the Brown People posse.
People posse. I don't know where the ship's at.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We don't need that ship. Richie found an IMDb for a movie called Gun that came out in 2010.
Oh man.
Oh shit!
Starring, it was written by 50 Cent, and it stars 50 Cent. Val Kilmer.
I love that.
Oh.
Val Kilmer's in it.
Written by.
Did you say Val Kilmer was in it?
Yeah.
Wow.
He plays a character called Angel.
Angel.
He's reprising his role from Angel on the.
Oh, yeah,
on-
there it is.
on-
Gun.
on
Is
the
it based on the
W-
game Gun?
On CW.
What
It's not
drama
based on a
series.
game. It's just a movie he wrote called Gun.
The cover is him with two guns looking real angry at the screen.
Yeah.
One gun, many lives lost. Gun. Oh my
Oh, is
day.
Danny Trejo in that? I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, there he is.
He's another one of those like highly celebrated, very budget kind of actors because he's a great like supporting character,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I've never seen him do anything that was like amazing. That's just him.
Machete.
Is it? I haven't seen Machete.
It's like it's weird that film is.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably not good, which is why I never bothered.
Oh no, what's happening?
I don't know. It got very hitchy. And
Did.
now it's okay.
I think it's me leaving the atmosphere. I don't know where our ship is at. That might be it. Over
It's
here.
okay. We don't need that ship.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
I see it.
Do you?
To your right. No, wait. Is it? Is that it? No, that ain't it. If that was it, we'd see the beacon by now.
I think this is it right here. Best. I think this is it over here.
Yeah, the best ship or whatever. That's what
Yeah, I
it's
think I
called.
saw a glimmer of the
Best
best
ship.
ship.
I did not. You're on your own.
Yeah, best
It
ship
doesn't
ever.
look like we're going. It looks like we're falling towards the planet, dude.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
Are we not?
Nah. That ain't us.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see the best ship ever there, in the distance. Yeah, I'm not saying Danny Trejo is bad. I'm just saying like he's a supporting character kind of actor.
We might
He
be
plays a
falling
great
towards
side character.
the planet.
What's this now? Sorry, I was talking to someone. I didn't hear that.
We might be
Nothing.
falling towards the planet.
You were talking to someone and didn't hear that.
Yeah, I was off screen. Off screen. Tell them about the sushi cheese. Never finished that, did I? Yeah, fucking sushi with cheese in.
That does sound really awful.
Yeah, I threw up like right after eating it. It made me ill.
Like cream cheese, okay, but like what kind of cheese was it?
It was like this like weird soft cheese.
Cream cheese?
Like,
But,
cream
like,
Are you
cheese?
familiar with cream cheese?
But like I've never had. I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe it was cream cheese. Who knows anymore?
So you're saying you threw up out of disgust?
Like it triggered my gag reflex. Like hell, I had to go to the toilet for a while.
So like here, cream cheese is common in sushi. It's almost half of
I've
the
never
sushi.
in my life heard of cheese in sushi.
It's like a white, very soft cheese. We put it on bagels.
Yeah, I think it was that. It was that.
Okay,
It was
then yeah,
fucking
that's
horrible. It
actually
made me
really
throw up.
common.
That's not. Really?
Yeah,
Where?
here, at least.
Man.
I don't know. I don't know if it is
I've
in
never,
Japan or
ever
not.
in my
Sushi's a
life
lot different in
had
Japan, but yeah, in America, cream cheese is in most sushi rolls.
God, I know people seem pretty confused by that one. People say like, no, you're just wrong. Apparently, you're just straight up wrong.
As a man that eats a lot of sushi, I'm definitely not wrong, and I've had it in lots of
Maybe
places.
Maybe you're just eating the wrong kind of sushi, man. You gotta stop
No.
eating cream cheese and sushi.
No.
This stuff is actually fucking foul.
whenever you were first talking about cheese and sushi, that sounded weird. But then now I realized that you were cream cheese. Then yeah, no, it's very
Cream
common.
cheese is cheese, though.
I don't count it.
Yeah, but when you just say cheese, I didn't imagine cream cheese. I imagined some like unknown cheese that didn't belong in there that somehow fell
It doesn't
in.
belong in there. It's cheese. What is it doing
No, but it
inside?
does.
Sounds
Cream
like
cheese is
cream cheese
very
belongs in
common.
there.
It's whenever you talk
my
about
God.
cheese, I imagine like a fucking slice of Swiss or some shit. Like you got some cheddar up in
I
here.
imagine cheddar.
I've never had it. Because I was looking at it. I was like, this is cheese. I don't think it's cheese because why would cheese be in a sushi? So I tried it and then I was like, oh my god, and I just ran to the toilet and I hurled it back up and I was like, wow, that was a pretty immediate reaction to that. Holy mo! And I don't ever want to have sushi in America. You guys sound like you do some weird shit with cream cheese.
I mean, you just could
I
get
refuse
the
to
rolls
believe
that
that's
don't
a common
have.
thing. I think
It's very common.
I think Gooch just eating at like the cheese sushi factory or something.
No.
The cheese sushi factory.
See now, you just undermined your whole argument because you said cheese is great and sushi's gross. Nothing you say now I can take seriously.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone quite away from the cool ship.
Yeah, we had to. I had to put my ass right to the planet because we were falling into the planet.
Okay.
So I had to take a
Falling
little.
back into the planet.
If your immediate response is sushi is gross, then you're not part of the conversation. Don't even involve
yeah.
yourself. That's not the conversation. The conversation is cheese and sushi. If you don't like sushi, don't fucking talk about it. It's not. This is not the conversation. Is not is sushi nice? It's just cheese should be in sushi. If you don't like sushi, well, it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about cheese and sushi. These people.
I don't like sushi.
Fuck, I didn't used to. I had sushi once when I was like 15 in Yo Sushi, and I put me off sushi for about 7 years or something like that.
Jesus.
And then I was so bad. I was like, I don't ever want sushi again. And then about randomly, I went to this place called Mount Fuji in Cardiff, and my friends, he's like, let's go for sushi. And I was like, you know what? I will try sushi again. Don't remember what I needed. And I tried it, and I was like, holy shit, this is good. I'm so mad that Yo Sushi put me off sushi for such a long time. So if anyone's ever only had Yo Sushi, it's bad sushi. Don't judge all sushi on that. Go try like good sushi that's not from like a chain sushi restaurant. Look where the Japanese people are eating, and then eat there, because they usually know where the sushi's good. That's usually a good sign. And if they're eating Yo Sushi, then they're not Japanese. That sounds like I'm being racist, but I'm not.